In my practice, I work with the intention method, a method used in the identity-oriented psychotrauma theory, IOPT, and therapy, according to Professor Dr. Franz Ruppert. Although originally based 30 years ago on the ideas of the family constellation, the primary goal has changed fundamentally and is now to find and encounter our true inner self. For this we have to uncover attributions, beliefs and illusions, but above all, entanglements with our family, partner, job, and many more. The intention method has the power to reach deeply into the unconscious physical, psychological, and emotional levels, starting from conception, and thus reveal our most inner truth. The method is an integral part of the psychotherapeutic work, but is so profound that it can be applied to all questions in all areas in life. In my practice, I'm often being asked, how does it work? At the beginning, this question arises because the method is new and one doesn't know yet what to expect. During the course of the process, however, this question becomes more and more important. Why? One day, while working through my own layers of trauma, I hit a substantial roadblock. While looking for answers, I also started to analyze my own self-encounters and why certain intentions had such different outcomes. I realized that the finding process of the intention itself had a tremendous impact on the outcome, meaning the clearer I felt my intention, the deeper I connected with them and thus myself, the more astounding results I got, the stronger and more sustainable the changes in me. After my self-observation, I set out to specifically observe also other people during their group self-encounters and continue to analyze my own work. I then used all these insights again and again in my own practical self-encounters and can therefore say today, the intention plays an integral part in the self-encounter process, and there are 3 phases which are very important. So let's have a look at the first phase. What is my goal? There are as many issues and concerns as people on this planet. From inheritance disputes, general relationship problems, whether with people, animals, nature, difficulties in partnership or marriage, problems with children, problem with parents, illnesses and disease, acute and chronic, divorces, job and career-related topics, constantly circling thoughts, wanting to feel, not being able to feel, deep-seated fears, death of a loved one or loss of a loved one, lack of drive, meaning of dreams, including nightmares as well as physical reactions during the sleep, and much more. Before choosing my topic, I should therefore always ask myself beforehand, is there something that is particularly urgent, something that might even keep me up at night, where my thoughts are circling incessantly? Or is there a topic that I can't grasp at all, that is diffuse? I know that there is something, but it literally slips between my fingers. Or maybe is my body already giving me signs? Do I listen to these signals? No matter how small or large they may be, no matter how big the fear is to look and to feel them, especially in the case of chronic diseases or life-threatening illnesses, our body is, next to our dreams, our most important barometer and inner voice. If I have now chosen a topic, then I have to ask myself honestly, what type of goal am I pursuing with my intention? Do I want to know something? Do I want to feel something? Or do I want to get rid of something? And who is responsible for my work? Let's come to the first point. Wanting to know something is very important because without information, we cannot put our experiences into context. Those who have been working on themselves for a long time will though come to realize along the way that wanting to know is no longer enough at some point. Then it is a matter of wanting to feel the issues as well, to feel myself. This means being compassionate with myself without judgment. Only by surrendering to these emotions I can reach deeper layers of myself. But if I want to get rid of something, or if I still have the illusion of somebody else being able to fix me, then I have to be clear that this means in reality, I don't really want to know, see or feel what's going on inside of me. I'm afraid of change. I'm afraid of my inner truth. I'm afraid to face myself. I would rather go into a battle with myself, suffer or hurt myself. And it also means I don't want to leave my mother's and father's nest. Taking responsibility also means that it is me and only me who formulates the intention, not a friend, a spouse, or the therapist. I am fully responsible for myself, my work, and the outcome, and no one else can do it for me. Let's come to the second phase, selecting the intention. It is important to know that there is a limitation in the IOPT work when it comes to the formulation of the intention, as we can select only a maximum of 3 elements. You may ask, why so few? Never ever is it possible to compress my intention into 3 elements only. Let me give you some background information. Many years ago, we saw endlessly long sentences, different topics packed into one sentence according to the motto, more helps more, or I hope I'll be done after one encounter. The work was often confusing for the client, for the group participants, and also for the therapist. There was so much information that one's mind and feelings could hardly keep up, let alone remembering and digesting it all. Therefore, over time, restrictions were introduced and the number of elements were limited step by step. From 1 sentence to 7 words, then 5 words, and finally only 3 words or elements. Nevertheless, the possibilities are manifold and there are no limits in terms of creativity. This means that I can, for example, form a sentence and distill 3 words from the sentence. By the way, punctuation marks are also part of the words, and grammar or upper and lower case do not matter. I can, for instance, also choose just punctuation marks, or paint something, or even take a whole picture or a dream and choose elements from it. I can also combine a picture in words or a drawing in words. I can also take an object that I have at home and I have a strange feeling about it. One thing, though, is very important when choosing my intention. There are key, meaning central words in every self-encounter, and we should know about their importance. But at the same time, also choose them wisely and always in accordance with our inner feelings. Just a reminder, a self-encounter is not an exam. So, the first place goes to our I. The I is my captain, my pivot. Do I have a true awareness for myself? Am I in contact with myself during the self-encounter process? Or is my I entangled? This is very important because I need my I the deeper I want to dive into my true self and reveal all these blockages and deeply rooted injuries, pain, anxieties, and traumatizations. By the way, me, mine, and my are derivatives, that means offshots of the I. Then we have the will or want, which shows me whether I'm allowed to want at all, whether I was allowed to have a will. This might sound strange, but unfortunately our will or the want were often being suppressed in our childhood. We might have given it up already in the womb of our mother, or had to suppress it because of the violence of our father. Without a healthy will or want, though, there is no progress possible. Feeling then leads me into deeper levels of emotion, lets me realize whether I can feel myself or whether I only think that I feel. Sounds paradoxical? Unfortunately, this is often the case. Some people are very empathetic for other people, but can hardly feel their own needs. This can happen also with people who have a high need for control, don't want to put the guard down, or like to escape into different dimensions of spirituality. So, if I've done all these elementary preliminary work, then it is time to connect the mind and the body. And I do this by putting my intention on a paper, meaning writing it down with a pen on a piece of paper. Only this allows me to connect the mind with the body and vice versa. And only then I can truly determine how does it feel when I write or paint words or elements. Is it coherent for me, or should I change something? And then, when I have the feeling, this is it, then I can start my self-encounter.